this is going to be some highlights of our live training hosted on Discord, linked below, covering the transitions from mid-range to knife fighting. If you're new to the channel and want to get better at combat, make sure to check the description box for a link to more of my guides. Neutralization is if using the pip, you want to isolate it and stop it from moving away from the ship. So here, keep your nose on me so you can kind of see it. And then you see how it's separating right now?
Yeah.
Like the pip from the ship, they're separate. So what you want to do is move in a direction that pushes that pip back to my ship. So for you here, all you would have to do, is up strafe just a tiny bit. And now see how our movement is now relative, like we're both moving in the same direction at the same time?
Yep.
And then from here, when you're trying to acquire a target, they might get a little bit aggressive and push to the side and neutralize again, which allows them to kind of do these maneuvers where I'm kind of juking little by little and I'm getting closer and closer to the target. And because you were constantly trying to just focus on the nose, all of a sudden I'm dictating where this fight goes by pushing in pre-nosed angles, which means I'm turning in a direction I'm trying to go before I get there, so that by the time I get there, I already have my nose on you.
He's using forward when he shouldn't.
Yes. And you're kind of doing this too, like you're rolling, so when you're moving, you're kind of changing the direction constantly, which doesn't let you get closer. It's just gonna keep floating you away.
No.
So instead, what you have to do is you have to like make a conscious decision. Okay, do I want to go to the right of a ship? Do I want to go to the left, top, down? Where the hell am I going? Once you have that decision, you have to maneuver in a direction that lets you get there. So like right now, let's say I'm here, right? And I want to go to the bottom of your ship. Just because I'm looking this way doesn't mean I can't go to the bottom of your ship. Here, all I have to do is down and left strafe a tiny bit, and boom, I'm right at the bottom of your ship.
Gotcha.
Give it a try. Pick a side, try to pre-nose. Do it slow, one thing at a time. Pre-nose first, and then see what thrusters you need to get there. Neutralize it, get closer, add forward so you don't push away like that. Try it again. I'm gonna center you. Pre-nose. Now pick a side you want to go to and get there. Forward, 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 forward. There you go. Boom. See how close you are? Now neutralize it. Isolate yourself right there. And you have to constantly be aware of how much forward you need to push you back into the target.
Yeah, I'm just concentrating on... I'm just concentrating on neutralizing it. I'm not paying attention to the drift. Yeah, I got you.
I know. There's a lot of things. That's why I'm telling you, like, this is a really good example of how to practice this. Like, just isolate the movements. Pre-nose first, then move, then do whatever you need to do. Don't try to do all at once. Break it down into different moves. When you come in, you don't want to overshoot. You want to come in and stop right on time. So that once we're here, you can recontrol, okay, do I want to actually keep going forward and then go back? Or do I actually just want to blow through and then turn around?
Rain guys, okay.
You have to control when you're passing. Don't pass by mistake, pass because you intended to. So what I do is I usually push or like move around so that I can neutralize the pip just a little bit, so that when you are right here, like, see the pip separation is tiny. Like right here, I can easily push and you can't react to that in time. But if I try doing that when my pip is like this separated, look how much longer this takes, and I can't even get under you. So it's controlling that pip distance, putting it where you want it. So what I'm noticing a lot is you like to kind of keep this range right here.
Yep.
And you'll rely on neutral for shots. But what ends up happening is you can fight, don't worry.
Okay.
What ends up happening is if I play your game, like I don't want to say it like that. If I play to your style and you never push, what ends up happening is I can kind of abuse you by doing this and forcing you to come to me. And then I can kind of dictate when I'm pushing in, which allows me to control the shield game. See right here, I'm gonna let you trade it with me. And right here, when you have numb, I'm gonna push and then I'm gonna pull. Now I'm gonna neutralize and I'm gonna push. Now I'm pushing back in. So this is what you need to be careful with when you're just mid-range. Because it's, oh my god, game.
You're invincible.
It's very easy to, what the hell, game? which is why you kind of have to like play the range game in the sense of like, here, try to push into me. So I can pull away from you here, but if you know how to cut, you'll eventually gain on me as you're doing right now. See how you're kind of cutting my trajectory?
Yeah.
So that's where you have to put pressure. So here, go ahead, push into me. I can now neutralize and push into you and make you come to me. And now when you decide to do that and you don't have visual on me, all of a sudden I'm backpedaling and you're chasing me and you're taking damage.
Okay.
There's a push and pull mechanic in the game that you have to get accustomed to. You can't always be the aggressor and you can't always be the defender. Let's say we're here, right? We're both apart like this and I'm not aiming at you, you're not aiming at me.
Yep.
I need to make a conscious decision here. Do I want to get my turret on you or do I want to push to a location?
I see.
So the way I kind of go about it is it depends where my turret's at the moment versus you. So if I feel like here you're kind of pushing forward or maybe looking away, then I'll try to get my nose on. I'll neutralize so that I keep you locked in. And then let's say you go forward. So just add a tiny bit of forward here. I have two choices. I can go left with you and keep you neutralized, which is hard to aim at because we're neutral. The pip can readjust really quickly. So the alternative is go forward. I can push right so that I can make that pip kind of steady, and then it makes my aiming much easier.
Copy.
The other decision now is, let's say you have advantage, right? So all of a sudden, boom. If I'm neutral enough, like if I'm right here, the pip, there's very little separation. I can left strafe and come near you to make you have to rechange your nose position. Or if the pip is far away, go ahead and aim it at me. If the pip is far away like this, there's no way I can push into you here. If I push into you here, I'm gonna take a lot of shots in the way. So my best choice here is to just push that pip away and backpedal out of there. See, we're both rolling in the same direction. So what I do is I roll past the same point. So if I'm rolling right, I'm gonna roll further right and I'm gonna up strafe. It'll look like this. It'll go this way and up strafe.
Okay, so instead of following the arc, you're doing just a straight cut through the circle.
Correct, yeah. There's like a straight line here and there's a circle, right? It goes all around here. So you're cutting off that imaginary line. It's a rainbow and you're going to the end of the rainbow before the rainbow gets there. So what I need to decide is, how do I get there? Well, I can go left and strafe right like this. I can roll past it so that I'm aimed, so my bottom thrusters are aimed at it and I can strafe and look downwards. Which that would be the best way because the bottom thrusters are stronger. Or you could roll and push right so that all of a sudden I'm coming this way. And I'm still, again, the left side would have been the end of your circle. I'm still like about here at the end of it.
Okay.
I'm just showing you the different approaches so you can see that there are different approaches.
Yeah.
But the main principle is always the same. Get to the end of the circle. Boom. Right there, we're doing a circle strafe. So now all I need to do is go this way and cut into it. And then if you kept doing that shape, I would have ended up right where you were going. I want to show you what it looks at full speed, because at slow speed it's easy to do it because, you know, you have all these G's available. So right here you're doing a circle with me, and then if I want to cut you off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll into it and push up to neutralize, and then boom. See how I go right to where you're going?
Yep.
Because I'm on mouse and keyboard, and it's almost like it's hard to program the muscle memory out of it. I'm always pressing Q. It's just by instinct now. It's really hard to program it out of my brain. I'm trying to practice it.
What I did to counteract that and to like get out of that mentality, or not mentality, but that habit, I stopped caring about fighting people for position and I focused only on neutralization.
Okay. Because I am only trying to fight for position. Okay.
Yeah. So here, let's fight again, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. All I'm going to do is I'm going to turn into a space turret, basically.
Okay.
And here, you'll learn how to really dictate when to shoot and when not to shoot. See how, like, I lost, obviously, right? Because, like, I'm not moving, I'm not trying to be evasive.
Yeah.
But see how I'm still able to get you red, and I'm, like, not doing shit?
Okay.
So the first step is master neutralization. Just keep that pip as close to the ship as much as you can.
Okay.
So here's me just neutralizing. And now this is adding movement. So neutralize. I'm not gonna worry about it, just trade with you. Again, I'm gonna reload, I'm not worried, just neutralize. And then here, boom, evasion.
Oh,
And now back to neutralization. Boom, evasion. Back to neutral. And here I'm just trading. Reload. Hit, evasion. Neutralize, evasion. Back to neutral. And then I try to just do damage again.
Oh.
All right, so now what you want to learn is when you're doing these changes, you want to neutralize and don't use that forward. Don't rely on the forward. Rely on your strafes to get you into position. So here, you add a little bit of forward just to stay close, like here. So we're not, see how it's already changing, like how the movement is very different? Like we're both kind of pushing around, but we're not constantly trying to just get turret on. Now we're getting into this fight of like, okay, where's he going with that strafe? Where do I push to? There you go, you're getting it. You're doing good. And this is where you start to having to apply, you know, like pre-nose and shit like that.
Yeah.
If you have two knife fighters about to fight, it's gonna look like this. You see how it's just tiny little pip movements, like it's nothing crazy?
Tiny little movements.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is the difference. Where a mid-ranger will do this.
Yeah. Because they're setting up the corkscrew path or whatever, and then...
Correct. They're focused on setting up that circle. But the thing is, you don't need all that because I'm going to show you, like here. Crazy, don't move your ship at all and just shoot at me. Whenever you think it's appropriate to hit me, okay? Mid-range approach.
Sorry, don't move my ship at all.
Yeah, just aim at me and shoot me whenever you feel is appropriate and you'll land shots. Thanks, babe. So this is a mid-range approach. I'll reverse it. I'll keep coming close. Corkscrewing. Change it. Corkscrew, change it. But like I'm passing out here, like I'm almost out of G's and I'm already here. Now I'm gonna do the exact same thing, but I'm gonna approach like a knife fighter. See? Super different.
Yeah.
You took way less hits.
Yep. And I barely moved. And I still have, it's useful because, here, I'll do it one more time. Shoot me whenever you feel is appropriate. Because now here, I'm here, and I don't have any Gs. And I'm free to do whatever I want. Instead of almost being blacked out by the time I get there. Yeah, Crazy, what you're doing is you're too reliant on Circle Strafe. You're constantly trying to achieve a Circle Strafe, so it's always pushing us away. So what ends up happening is you'll have someone like me that I'll just push away when you do that, and then when you're out of ammo, I'll be pushing back in and I have shots when you don't.
Then you'll get the advantage and the shield denial like that. Gotcha.
So what you want to do is, same as Pride, neutralize. Just neutralize. Don't worry about anything else.
Okay.
Crazy, where are you going, dude? Here I'm up strafing. I'm not forward at all. Just up. Right here, up strafe. No forward whatsoever. Again, up strafe, no forward. And see how I'm able to keep it closer?
Okay.
Up strafe, no forward. Now forward. And it lets me get in tighter. Up strafe, no forward.
So almost like you're letting him come to you.
Yes. Up strafe, no forward.
Yeah, that's a good little trick there.
Yeah.
And see how every time he goes forward, it just pushes him away. There you go. Add some forward because you're backing away. Get close. But neutralize as you go forward or you'll push away. Just neutralize here, up strafe. Don't go forward, just up strafe. Match it, there you go. Jank. Jank. You see how this has already changed the dynamic a lot?
Like he just seems much more evasive, like naturally.
Yep.
Jeez, your pip's moving like crazy.
Yeah, now you're not constantly doing this, and we're not just constantly chasing each other around in a circle. Now there's a little bit of movement here and there.
I see.
But see, it relies on getting this neutral state so that you were really damaged, so that's... it relies on getting the neutral state so you guys can redirect the combat movement. Okay, you're gonna fly in the same style you were doing before with corkscrews.
Okay.
Now, because you're limited on that speed, you will never, ever get away from me. Ever. You'll always be in front of me. And see, this is where people that don't know how to knife fight start to suffer, because you don't know how to fight for these positions.
Misery. When you get caught by a good knife fighter, oh my god. Pain.
That's why it's important to learn it. Like, obviously, you know, right now we have way faster speeds, but it might matter in the future. Who knows?
I think it will. I think it certainly will.
It'll teach you a better, like, understanding of 3D space, which no matter what they do to this game, 3D space is 3D space. That will never change. Watch, he's gonna start mid-ranging just to spite me.
Hey, look, you said my mid-range was shit, so...
Well, you can't have diamond, right?
That's right. Get thruster washed.
Ridiculous.
Oh, good push down.
This is his new technique, Leroy Jenkins.
Makes me want to get head track. Fucking awesome.
Jonathan's been snapping his neck.
It's not letting me do what I want, and I don't like it.
Well, that was a bad one.
Oh, is that proper? Knife fight on door.
Nice.
Oh, I thought I had to go fast.
Oh, you fucked up. No, I fucked up. Yeah,
Oh, are they shields?
I gave up the damage for the shield. Get fucked. Get fucked.
Double stirred.
Yeah.
Special thanks to everyone who joined the event and all the supporters. As always, I'll catch you on the next one.